podcast is brought to you by Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, with locations in Chattanooga and in Cleveland at 2400 North Ocoee Street, offering same-day appointments for all of your orthopedic needs. Call Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics at 423-624-2696 or visit them online at sportmed.com.
All right, Mix 104.1 WCLE back live on the radio here on 104.1. Of course, anywhere around the world on the free Mix 104.1 app. And we're back live on MixTV.tv. We've had several interviews this afternoon, but these ladies came in. They said, yes, we saved the best for last. And so here they are in the studio with me this afternoon. Several people we're going to introduce during this segment. We're going to talk about the Bradley County Youth 5K, the Tricky Trot. I have to say that slow just so I can even get close to getting it right. It's the first 5K for elementary age students. It's coming up this Saturday. And to tell us more about it from Prospect Elementary, the coach there for the running club is Tracy Elder. So Tracy, good morning or good afternoon to you. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon. I'm doing great.
I said good morning because it felt like it's been one of those long days. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm sure in education y'all understand that a lot, right?
Yes.
Well, tell me a little bit about the running clubs and things that you have there. I know that we were talking about some of the schools that have those. Prospect, of course, represented here today. Tell us about the running club there.
Okay. Miss Tina Shoemaker, she's been our coach for the Prospect Running Club for how many years?
Come on up here, Tina. Don't be bashful. We know you're not bashful.
I think 11 years.
11 years. So y'all been doing this for a little while. It's not something new there at Prospect. And Tracy, this is something that the kids really seem to enjoy, don't they?
Yes. My son started at Prospect, and then I've always been a runner, so I wanted to start helping. And then we've kind of combined with other schools' running clubs to start this 5K. We want every elementary school to have a running club. That would be great. And then we could come together once a year and do this 5K joint. And we've got Northley, we got Shelly Morrow over here.
Hello, Shelly. How are you?
Hello. Tracy and I are running buddies. We ran a half marathon, trained together, and we were talking. We're like, we're both wanting to help with the running club. What can we do to get more kids in Bradley County involved? Like, we have kids, we want them to be loving sports like we do. So we kind of just said, why don't we get everybody together to do a 5K? So that's kind of how this has started. So
now you represent North Lee, right? You're running clubs at North Lee.
Yes, and I am a first-time coach with lots of help from these ladies helping me here. So I'm new to all this, so I'm happy to have some pros on my team here helping me get them ready.
Is this your daughter here beside you?
Yes, this is Lila Ray. She's in 4th grade at North Lee. She's in the running club. Yep.
Do you like the running club?
Yes.
You do? Is that something it looks like you enjoy cheerleading too, is that right? A dual athlete there, looks like. So, yeah, running definitely would help out with cheerleading, I would think, for sure. And, again, we met Tina Shoemaker there a while ago. We also got Kara Gibson here.
Yes,
Kara Gibson from Black Fox. You're the coach there. We were at your school just a few days ago.
Yes, we've had an exciting week going
You
on
have.
at Black Fox. We've had a lot going on, yeah.
Now, tell me why. Why is this such an important thing for people to be a part of?
Yeah, I started mine. I kind of followed suit after Tina started hers, and I've been going for about 9 years. And really, for me, it started because so many kids, when they combine and go into middle school, the teams get smaller. You could be what I say is you could be the best baller or best basketball player at Black Fox, but when you go to make it at middle school, you might not make the team.
Right.
But with cross country and track, they take everybody usually. Most teams, because they're so large, they take everybody. So we want everybody to be involved. I mean, everything that we do at Black Fox really pushes for them to be involved in something.
Yes.
And so I started that, I guess, about 9 years ago. And I was thinking back to my year. I have Jarius Rogers, who started in 3rd grade. And I tell the kids now, I said, look what Jarius is doing.
Yes.
He may not be doing cross country or track. I'm not sure if he is or not. But he's running with a football.
Yep.
And he's making some major things happen. So he's running with the football. Whether you choose to run with a football or a basketball, or you baseball running the bases, or running cross country or track, running helps you do all of those things.
You know, and a lot of times, and you ladies may attest to this, the ones that are running as an adult, it's good therapy. You get out there and you're just running and you kind of get to empty out your mind. And I'm sure kids, that lets them get unplugged from video games and maybe the stress of classwork and stuff, just to get out there and just be out in the open air. Would you guys agree with that?
I agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Also,
let's come
it's
over.
great to see the kids that I mean, practice can be not fun sometimes.
Right,
You're just
right.
running. But then the day of the race, they are so excited, and they're like, I did this, and they're so proud of themselves, and they're pushing through hard things. And it's just great to see how excited they are to be able to finish the race.
Absolutely. Let's come back over to Tina Shoemaker there with Prospect, the coach. So you're the longevity person of this, right? You're the one that's kind of fed this down to the other ladies and kind of kept this going. In the beginning, how hard was it to get this going? I mean, let's face it, sometimes things are not easy in the elementary age to get people to buy in, right? So you got to make it a little fun and a little competitive. I guess you got to put all that stuff together, right?
The kids are always excited about it, which is kind of crazy because you think, well, we're just running, but they love it.
Yeah.
But I started out with probably 30 or 40 kids, and they come on board. And I was telling the ladies earlier, it was probably a disaster, the first 5K I did. I did it at school. We used stopwatches to time it.
Right.
So we've come a long way.
Yeah, but you got to have those beginnings, those humble beginnings, I guess you say, to learn what you need to do and move forward there. But now it seems like I've heard about this. My kids are graduating, moved out, gone, married, all that stuff. But I've heard about this in the schools, and it does seem like something, we're always trying to find something, as we mentioned there a while ago, as Kara mentioned, not everybody is going to be able to play basketball or football or baseball. That's probably the three big ones. But if you've got a person that just likes to run or somebody that just wants to be involved in something, this is a great way to introduce them to something like this at the elementary level, isn't it?
Well, we had Garrison Rogers. Do you know Gary Rogers?
Gary Rogers.
Okay, Garrison, his son, started in 3rd grade, and he was tall, thought he may be a basketball player, and he ended up being he's qualified for state, going to state for probably his 3rd year.
Wow,
at
okay.
Cleveland High School, and his brother's qualifying also.
Okay, all right.
So
now you're ringing the bell when you tell me all this and kind of put it all together there. But, yeah, this is something that we want people to be a part of, the Bradley County Youth 5K, the Tricky Trot. It's the first 5K for elementary that we're doing as a collective group, right? That's kind of what we're saying. Now, let's come back over to Tracy. Give me the location and time and how people need to be involved.
Okay, so it is this Saturday. The race is at Westwood Baptist Church. We are so grateful for Westwood for letting us use their facility. It's going to be a great area because we have, it's going to be a 2-lap course, and then the parking lot will be separate from the running course. Also, it starts at 8:30 at the pavilion in the back. You want to get there early so you can get your registration bib. It's going to be a timed race.
It's going to be professionally timed, so it's a big deal for these kids.
Yes.
They're going to
That
get
is
to
a
wear
big deal.
the big
Yeah.
deal bib and feel like they're real runners. So we're excited about that.
And so it's a thing where I guess we'll have finishers as far as first, second, third, and all this kind of stuff. So it'll be
So each age group each grade will have a first, second, third, boys and girls.
okay. And I'm sure they'll get a little certificate or
They'll
awards.
get a medal, and then each runner will get a 5K ribbon.
Wow. I did a few 5Ks. You probably don't think I have, but I have. I did a few 5Ks, and it is neat to have those little displays of things, the accomplishments of finishing something like a 5K, and I'm sure these kids are looking forward to that. Now, we were also talking before we went on the air, this kind of wraps up the quote-unquote season of the running clubs for the elementary schools, right? Okay. But in the spring, it begins again. So anybody want to talk about that, and maybe if parents or someone listening to get ready for the next year, kind of talk to us about that a minute.
Each school does it a little different. Now, at Prospect, we do a 5K in the fall, and then we train for a mile run, like a timed mile run in the spring. So kind of like cross country is your fall season, track's your spring season.
Gotcha.
So in the spring, we work on more like high knees and plyometrics and more sprints. And then in the fall, we work on more distance.
You lost me when you said those things there, so no, I'm just kidding. Again, our friends are here. We're talking about the Bradley County Youth 5K, the Tricky Trot. Who came up with the name?
It was kind of a collective here and there.
Because when I first saw it on the paper, I kind of read it twice to make sure I was under. I said, Tricky who? Tricky Trot. I like it. That's really cool. So we want to make sure that people know about this. And I guess the question I'm trying to put in my mind, this is just for people that's in the running club, right? I mean, or can anybody in any school be a part of this in the elementary level from K through 5?
This is for any Bradley County elementary school student.
Okay.
Any of those students can register and run for free. Obviously, we hope all of our running clubs are going to be there.
Okay.
But the goal of all this is to help get more runners in Bradley County.
Gotcha.
So any student in Bradley County elementary schools can run for free. And we're also letting the teachers and the staff run for free. So the kids can see the teachers run with them, so we're excited about that.
All right, so I'm glad I asked that question because in the onset there, I was just thinking this is for the running club kids, but this is really for anybody.
Right.
Anybody that maybe has a youth from K through 5th grade that would like to be a part of this and maybe be a part of the running club at their school if they're not already a part of that. This is a great way to introduce that, let them be there, and wow, what a first time out. You're going to get the bib and the whole shooting match if you're someone that's just getting started with this. Yep. All right, so what else do we need to know? Anybody that's in the group there, what do you want this interview to make sure we get across to our audience?
The parents can also run with their children, but we're asking the parents to pay a $15 fee, and that's going to go help towards paying for the race to be timed.
Right, because that's not free when you're doing that. By the way, who's doing that for you?
Terra Running Company is going to time the race.
All right, so Brittany Katz is always a part of something in this community when it comes to stuff like that. So Terra Running Company, that's a big deal. I mean, they usually don't do that for something like this. So for that to be a chip race, a time race, is a pretty cool thing. So get your kids involved. Again, it's this Saturday, 8:30 check-in. Hopefully 9 o'clock we start the little 5K thing at Westwood Baptist Church. Be a part of this, and we hope that you will come out. Now, one of you ladies was telling me earlier about you need volunteers in a big bad way for middle school and high school students who need service hours. So walk us through that.
Well, we're going to have a lot of little children running around a big property, so we would be happy to have anybody in the Beta Club or anybody that needs service hours for middle school or high school that would like to come volunteer. We're also going to have Bradley and Walker Valley's running clubs, running teams there with their jerseys on to cheer for our kids and kind of help lead them too. So we're hoping that we can get some of the older kids involved to help cheer and also help them get some service hours too.
All right, so again, any of the clubs at any of our middle schools and high schools, if they're listening or they hear this interview, they can get in contact. Who they need to get in contact with to get this all squared away? Tina, who do we need to get hold of?
Well, we've been in contact with all the coaches from middle school and high school, so they could get in contact with their coach, and they would get in contact with us.
Okay, so if you are a club at one of the middle or high schools, reach out to the coaches, the running coaches and things, their cross-country teams, whatever, and then they'll get in contact with you guys. So it's a great opportunity for service hours, a great opportunity for these people to be involved with these elementary students. And that's really what it's all about, because the elementary students, they look up to those middle and high school kids, don't they?
Yes.
So it's something that they can be involved in, especially if they're there cheering them on. Bradley County Youth 5K, the Tricky Trot. Everyone's welcome, K through 5th grade, whether they're part of the running club at their elementary school or not. We would love to see you at Westwood Baptist Church, 8:30 on Saturday. All right, ladies, come on down the line. Let's start with you, and just come on back down through, and we'll let everybody have a final little snippet to say something if you like.
I'm super excited about this. This is something I've been looking forward to. Thinking back, a few years back after Brian Gallagher passed, we did a Gallagher run. We did several, three runs of 1 mile, and it just brought everybody together. And so as soon as Shelly contacted me and asked, I was like, yes, I'm on. I'm ready to do this. So it's neat to see all of the community come together and do something really exciting and fun.
Kara, it's great to have you in today.
Thank you.
Tina?
I'm just excited because what you see is a lot of parents and most people don't like running. You find very few runners, really. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
And the kids, you'll hear people say, "I'm not a runner," but you've got to train. And everybody can do if they just train correctly. And it's neat to see the kids. We've had tears come across because they're so excited that they completed it. It's a big accomplishment.
It's a big accomplishment. I agree with you. Tracy?
Yes, I'm super excited about this race. I just love to see the progress the kids have made from the first day of practice to we had practice today. Just seeing them, their endurance improve and getting better, and then to seeing them accomplish it and go across the race. And I'm just excited about all the Bradley County elementary schools coming together, and I think this can grow and get bigger, and I just can't wait to see what it becomes.
That's it. And Shelley, we'll end with you.
For me, running is therapy for me, and it helps me clear my mind and be less stressed. So I hope this is something that the kids can see from that and realize that running is something you can do for the rest of your life. And it doesn't matter what your body shape looks like. Every body is a runner. You just have to put your mind to it. So.
Yeah. Again, it's the Bradley County Youth 5K, the Tricky Trot, coming up this Saturday, Westwood Baptist Church. Everyone is welcome. Parents, you will pay a little bit of a fee if you're going to run with your children, but the elementary students in Bradley County, you're welcome to come out and be a part of this. Running clubs, you better be there, right?
Yes, better be there.
All right, ladies, thanks so much for coming in. Service hours, don't forget, middle schooler, high schoolers, if you need service hours, you won't find anything any easier than this, and also rewarding, so make sure you check in with your people there at your schools. All right, so that's going to wrap things up. We're going to come back in just a minute and put a lid on this hour, so stay with us. Mix 104.1 WCLE.